I used to think the library was just for kids' stories time and old people. But now at 28, I'm making it my Sunday escape. And weirdly enough, it feels like the perfect third place I've been looking for. Even if I'm not really doing anything too different from what I'd be doing at home, at least I don't have to deal with my mom's psychotic cleaning frenzy. But before we get into all that, be sure to give this video a like. Comment how often you go to your local library, or if you too have been away from it for a long time. Be sure to also give this video some hype. There's this new feature called hyping a video, so be sure to do that for me. Really help the channel out. In the meantime, subscribe for cultural commentary and rants from a man caught between generations. And last but certainly not least, feel free to join me at the Zillennial Nexus Point Discord. Link will be in the description below. I live at home. I'm 28. Usually I go out for the instant gratification job, and I've been going out a little more recently. I'm planning to change the Saturday movie charter to prioritize theater going and go to the AMC at the Boston Common on Saturday with a $10 weekend pass for the commuter rail. It would be pricey to do that on both Saturday and Sunday, even with unlimited transportation for only $10 for the weekend. Because aside from the AMC A-list subscription, there's also the cost of food to factor in, and I'd rather not carry something around for that long a period of time. I just need space to think, work, or just breathe freely during my mom's psychotic cleaning frenzies. And if I learned anything from the first Sunday I tried that, I was out for 5 hours straight. I got severely sunburned. I couldn't stay anywhere for too long. And of course, what if it had been raining that day? Like, right now, I'm recording this on a Sunday, and I'm only recording this on a Sunday because my mom is out of town right now. But when she gets back, not going to be able to do this on Sundays. If she was home right now, and it's downpouring like it is right now, walking around town for 5 hours straight is not exactly the most viable option. So I decided the cheapest way to do this, to find some kind of refuge and not fall behind on YouTube productivity, was the library. It's more than just a bunch of books and DVDs and a few Blu-rays. I'll talk more about the selection I noticed when I was perusing it later, but in addition to books and media in general, it's also water, Wi-Fi, quiet, and a reset. Okay, I wouldn't actually use the public Wi-Fi. I would connect through my phone's hotspot for my MacBook. I wouldn't upload any videos, obviously, but I would definitely keep my iCloud drive in sync. So yeah, this all began on Friday of last week when I walked home from the instant gratification job, and I had been deciding I needed to go back to the Museum of Science to assess project signal shift and assess what happens when I go there during the daytime with the YouTube algorithm. The library happens to offer passes for half off an exhibit hall's admission, which would be very useful for going 2 days in a row. But I decided if my tax dollars are going to fund this library, and if I can easily get a library card, because if you've seen the Arthur song, having fun isn't hard without a library card. Yeah, I may as well sign up for a library card so I can get those museum passes, and also maybe if I want to check something out or expand my digital options with other things I'll get to in a moment. But anyway, I went in there on my walk home from the instant gratification job, and I went to sign up for a library card so that I could do all of that. And I gave her my ID to put in the information and verify that I live in the town. She actually recognized my name from childhood story times, which was pretty interesting. And you know what? It goes to show that community is not completely gone. But yeah, after some polite conversation explaining the whole escaping mom's psychotic cleaning frenzy, I don't think I used that exact phrase, but I got the point across. I decided to explore the library. It's a rather small one compared to the big one uh, further away. So I went around and I decided to scout spots where I could sit down, both armchairs and somewhere I could set up my MacBook or my phone with the pocket keyboard, like the one over there. That one's one that no longer works, but I have it on display for all of you to see. A little remnant from my attempt at an author YouTube channel. I also noticed they had a water fountain that has those new water bottle refills. You can just hold your water bottle underneath and it'll refill it. That was cool. And then I looked around at the selection of books and media. I noticed they actually had video game consoles, and you could actually play video games there. They're the last gen consoles. They don't have a PS5 or a Series X. But yeah, they have some video games to play. So I guess there's that. I would probably just install Steam and The Cave on my MacBook and play that. Or I'd bring my Switch 2 and play something there if I really didn't have anything to do with YouTube stuff. Though, quite frankly, I would rather focus on the productive stuff and then enjoy the unproductive stuff at home. Or, since I am at the library and not home, I may as well track down philosophy books or something. Again, my tax dollars are going to fund it no matter what. May as well put it to use. As for the movie and TV selection, most of it was DVDs. They had the occasional Blu-ray. I'm all for them having them there so that people can check them out and then watch the movies or TV if they want, assuming the disc isn't scratched or anything. Like I used to back in the day, in addition to the video rental store. Like one of the last things I can remember doing with my library card before my 15-year hiatus was checking out Shrek when I was 13 during the summer of 2010. For some reason, that's the last library memory I can remember. I'm gonna have to check out the larger one to see if they have more, a wider selection of movies and TV, and if they have Blu-rays as well, or even 4K Blu-rays. Yeah, me personally, it wouldn't work out between too low of a resolution for my taste and the fact that I can somewhat comfortably afford a $4 rental of pretty much any movie I can think of. As I said before, and I'll say it again, the digital stores have pretty much any movie that's made more than 2 years ago for as little as $4 to rent if you want to check it out and you don't want it in your library long term. Just putting it out there. But yeah, to sum up, exploring the little library, as we'll call it, felt like reclaiming a space I'd forgotten because I finally found somewhere where I don't have to spend any money to go into. Like, I could go in, set up my MacBook for a few hours, do my thing, and then leave. I don't have to buy anything. I don't even have to be there for the sake of checking out a library book. Anyway, when I got home, I signed up for apps that I'd heard you can get access to ebooks, audiobooks, even movies and shows with your library card. So, my particular network got me into Hoopla, Libby, and Kanopy. Hoopla and Libby are more books and audiobooks ones, and then Kanopy is a movie and TV one. Now, my only complaint with Kanopy was The iPhone app does not offer offline downloads. I'm very disappointed in that. They should add that. If not for fringe weirdos like me who prefer to have everything downloaded to at least one device in the event of a internet or power outage, then it should be available for people who might want to watch something on airplane with their phone in airplane mode. Ever stop to think of that, Kanopy? Well, I actually decided to consult Movie Scout about my whole obsession with having the offline download. And Movie Scout eventually replied by saying to just enjoy the movie and not overthink it, because I saw Anora was on there on Kanopy, available to watch for free. Well, you actually have to go get a library card, but it doesn't cost any money aside from the tax dollars. I'd say taxpayer funded access would be more accurate. Just how I say the more accurate way to describe free slash universal healthcare is taxpayer funded healthcare. Anyway, Movie Scout said to just not overthink it and enjoy it, especially because I can get access to so many movies and shows for free or taxpayer subsidized through the library is the best way to put it. Again, if tax dollars are going to go towards it no matter what, may as well use it and then just pay for what's not there, or only pay if you really, really need to see it right now. I also realized some hypocrisy because I've talked about on this channel the pointlessness of physical media and how the control really isn't relevant or important, because when you actually sit down and think about it, it is objectively a luxury. And if the servers for Netflix, any of the digital stores, any of the other streaming services, or the power grid go down, uh, you have more important things to worry about than whether you can watch your favorite movie or show. I'm sorry, but you have to look at the larger picture here. That was my perspective shift, so I decided to be a little more consistent. I'm still going to keep offline downloads for the Saturday movie when I watch it at home, which is why Kanopy will not be a Saturday movie source under any circumstances. But overall, this arrangement will balance the big Boston adventures on Saturday for the AMC, anything else I might want to do, and then a grounded reset on Sunday to just focus on YouTube stuff. At the very least, plan out what I'm doing, and then when I get home, I can just play video games or do recording after mom leaves for bingo. Yeah, I'm reclaiming some sense of structure and dignity when living at home in my late 20s feels like a trap. But anyway, the library is more than just nostalgia, it's a lifeline. And maybe that's the real power of a third place. Not just somewhere to be, but somewhere to feel like yourself again. So I'm going to wrap it up here for the video. You let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Do you still use your local library as an adult? Or do you think it's obsolete? I'd love to know. Be sure to also give this video a like and some hype. Subscribe for cultural commentary and rants from a man caught between generations. And last but certainly not least, feel free to join me at the Zillennial Nexus Point Discord. Link will be in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.